I swear to God, those Challengers, they are beautiful looking bikes. They really are. Uh-oh, what's going on up there? Ah, transformer replacement. No, that's more than just a transformer replacement. What's going on, everyone in YouTube world? I hope you're all having a fantastic day. This is the Cockney biker once again, just taking advantage of, like, you know, breaking the weather. Go on, Tom. Me and Tom are just going for a quick spin, just to, you know, blow the dust off the bikes. I think we're going to go and get some ice cream. I don't often get to ride like with just me and Tom, but the odd occasions where we do go for a spin together without, like, you know, Dawn or his Mrs. Melissa, you know, we actually end up having quite a bit of fun. You know, you kind of push the limits a little bit. Though, to be honest, though, my favourite person that I love to ride with, that has to be Shay. If for no other reason than just the fact that she don't care, she'll gun it. She'll do 90 up the road, and you like, and you can like follow along, and you don't have to worry about getting told you're going too fast. Slow down. The law, I don't want to get a ticket. You know the speed limit's 22 miles an hour here. And it was like, oh God, that's Dawn, that is. And I think that, like all of you riders out there, you've probably got someone that you love to ride with, but then somebody who loves to ride with you, but you've got to kind of ease up and be careful. And I suppose that, like, even you, when you think about it, yeah, they probably kept you out of more trouble than you'd have ever gotten into without them. So I kind of owe Dawn that. Yeah, a funny thing happened with Tom a couple of weeks ago. He wanted to go for a ride, so he pops me like, we'll go for a ride and all that, you know, we're all going to go. I was like, yeah, sure. But he called it off at the last minute. What's the matter, Tom? We all said. He goes, my bike's throwing up error codes. It's causing problems, you know, and it's not working right. It's making weird noises, and, you know, and sure enough, we got there. It's like, yeah, codes are being thrown up. You can see it on his screen, on his ride command. And he's like, oh, this so sucks. Did I buy a lemon or something? Like, so he was pretty worried. So he didn't ride it for like a week, and like called up the dealership, and they're like, yeah, bring it in. We'll take a look at it, see what's going on. So of course he's had to load the bike up onto the trailer, and then jump on the truck, and then drive like 100 miles to the nearest dealership. And yeah, they gave it a look-see over and everything like that. You know what it turned out to be? The flipping battery wasn't connected properly. Had a loose connection, so it's throwing up error codes because of that. Now, according to Tom, they were going to charge him like about 100 and something for it. But he managed to argue the point that, like, it was them who was playing with the bike before, and he'd never touched it since, so it was them who didn't screw the battery on properly. And yeah, sure enough, the manager saw sense in that, because Tom has had a bit of trouble with his Challenger. I won't deny it. I mean, there's a story that he would be telling himself, except he hasn't got his headset on. But like, when he first saw that bike, it was in a dealership up in Arkansas. And it was like, oh, this is a gorgeous looking bike. This is the one for me. Now, he'd already previously tested the Indian Challenger, like the Dark Horse version. I got video of that. It's probably looped around here somewhere. I'll have it in the description. So he's taken this Challenger out. He's fallen in love with it, and he wants it. Now, I'm like, well, here, Tom, do us a favour. Don't buy the one up in Arkansas. Instead, what you want to do is, like, because we've got such a great relationship with the dealership down in Shreveport, let's go there, pick it up from there. And sure enough, they're like, okay, we'll do that. So I called them up and said to them, I want you to place an order. I want you to buy like a Challenger Limited in blue, royal blue or whatever it's called. And they're like, yeah, it'll take about 2 weeks to get here, but you need to make a payment. You need to pay a promissory note. Sure, I paid it. They wanted a monkey, so I coughed up. And, like, you know, we waited and waited and waited, and then it was delay after delay. You know, what started off as supposed to be like a week turned into like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and it was like, I'm feeling really embarrassed about it. I'm like, come on. Eventually they're like, we got it, come get it. So he went down there, picked it up, and that was all great. They said it's throwing up a code though, something's wrong. And this was like when he was just picking it up. But they said, look, I promise you, they said it's okay to ride, but once you're done, after like a week or two, when it's like the first service, bring it back to us, and we're going to sift through the codes and find out what's wrong with it, and like get it fixed, and do your oil. We'll do your service for free, your first service. And like he was like, yeah, great idea. So a week or two passes by, and of course he's run it up to like the 5 or 100 or 1,000 miles or whatever amount of mileage it needed, and so he runs it straight there, and they're like, oh, we don't know what's going on with this ECU. Something was wrong with it. They kept it there for another, what, 2 or 3 weeks, I think. I mean, I can't put the correct numbers up, but it did take a while, and they couldn't get it fixed. It was cooling and cooling. What's going on? Because this was like last year, and it was heading towards the end of summer. So like, you know, the weather was going to start coming in pretty nasty, and he was missing out on all of this riding. So of course he's getting impatient. He's like, what's going on? Now, like I said, they're great people, so it's not their fault, but apparently it came out of the factory with a bad computer. So they sent off for a new computer, and that took time to get here. They tried everything. They tried swapping the computers, like the ECU, with like one of the other Challengers, but there was something about the identification, it wasn't taking, and they tried all sorts of things. So yeah, Tom had a few problems with that bike when he first got it. Now, it's a bit of a shame really, because like I said, we lost out a lot of riding that year, but you know, they got it working, and he's not had a problem except till like 2 weeks ago, when the battery came loose and threw up like error codes. But yeah, and Tom would have like gone in there and tried to fix it himself, but like I said, the bike throws codes, and so he's like, I don't know. So yeah, he's out whatever amount of money it takes to like run the bike on the back of a trailer in this big old flipping Harley Davidson truck to it's like one of those Ford F-150s, like the big things, and like the special Harley Davidson version. He runs it all the way to Shreveport, 100 mile away, so he's out the fuel to get in there. Just be told, yeah, your battery cable's loose. I don't know, what do you think? I mean, like, you buy a brand new car or motorbike or something like that, I mean, would you wrench on it yourself? You know, like if it's easy to do, just do it yourself. Or if it's hard, then take it to a dealership. Or are you one of those sort of guys who's like, I don't care. Once I've ridden it off the lot, or ridden it out of the dealership, then it never goes back for anything except to be traded in for another bike. I don't know, because sometimes, like I say, it can be pretty expensive. I mean, I'll give you a case in point. You know, when you talk about things that should be cheap and are bloody expensive, oh god, yeah. So like, some time ago, I'm riding around on Cherry, having fun, you know what it's like. All of a sudden, I get like an alert on my dashboard. Oh, I'm going, oh, here we go, what's up? I look down, and it tells me that my tyre pressure monitor on my back wheel's gone. So I'm like, oh, that can't be right. So sure enough, yeah, battery went out. So of course I'm going online going, okay, how do you get this fixed, or how do you get this replaced, or something like that. And on my online research, I found out like a couple of things. It's possible that you can fix it yourself, like just replace the battery. Even though it's a sealed unit, you can do it. It won't last as long. You'll get like a year out of it, or some period of time, but you can do it yourself. Or you could buy a new tyre pressure monitor and install it yourself, or you could take it to the dealership. So I took the tyre pressure monitoring out of it, but I took the wheel off, ran it to like a local shop who could take the tyre off, replace the tyre pressure monitor and all that. You know, they'll do that for it's like about $15–20 a pop. So I took it there, They yanked the tyre off, gave me the unit. I put the battery in, soldered it all back together again, hot glue gunned it, put it back, and they put the tyre back on. They charged me $20 for the privilege. I was out on the road, and for like about a week it worked, and then suddenly it stopped working again. I thought, oh sod this, might as well just buy a new one. So went on Amazon, $20. Yeah, this one fits. This tyre pressure unit fits the BMW K1600. All right, great. I bought it, took it there. They tried to swap it out. It goes, it's the wrong one. The one that you're looking for looks like this. It's got a bigger hole. It's got this and that and the other. And what, for fuck's sakes? So I bit the bullet and I bought a new one. Again, sent the old one back, bought a new one which fit. They put it in there, and they're like, you know how to activate it? I don't know how to bloody activate the thing. Nope. You have to go online and buy like a tyre pressure monitor activation thing. A battery powered knick-knack that, to be honest with you, you buy it once for $12 and you'll only ever use it once, maybe twice in the entire life before it just disintegrates with old age. But here's the punchline. So despite all of that expense, buying a battery, buying the wrong tyre pressure monitoring, like buying the right tyre pressure monitoring, paying for the tyre to be like removed and put on like 3, 4 times for all of that messing about, and the tyre pressure monitoring and knick-knack, everything that goes with it, you know, probably you say $100. If I'd have taken it to the dealership and had them do it, that would have been an easy $300, according to everybody on like the BMW website, like the help forums and all that. According to everyone, you're looking at between $250 and $350 for the dealership to do that. So at the end of the day, it wasn't a bad deal. Sneeze. And we're riding, 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 and we're riding. I hope you enjoyed watching that video as much as I enjoyed putting it together, and if you did, do me a couple of favours. Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and if you're new to this channel, there's a subscribe button down there, and there's a couple more videos hovering around here you can check out. This is the Cockney Biker. You take care of yourselves, and as always, laters.